looking in, he got hysterical. He was talking.
Yeah, I hear Barbados. I hear Barbados up there in my radio right about this 1036. Radio station Motormouth Mall, the West Coast. Under modulated beast. Got down, breaker.
Somebody's not to name out there. John Montgomery, Kansas, don't look it down. No doubt.
I'm back to that Motormouth Mall. I'm going to try on this boat for you, Yakamo. Your neighbor and Punch, and no Punch, Logan.
Hey, Punch. What's going up there, Punch? I'm looking down southeast. I can hear a little bit of Barbados rolling up in there, but man, I heard you roll up in there too. Hawaiian Punch, how are you doing there, Brady?
I'm doing good. I just told my son to get on over here.
What's your feeling?
I sure appreciate you rolling up there and saying hello. Yeah, I tell you what, man, I had a little mishap over here yesterday. I had a number 6 wire burn up. Actually, I had 2 of them start burning up, but one of them burned up real bad. And I had a bad loose connection. It was making a lot of heat. And where the heat was, it burned up. So I had to fix it. Yeah, I'm back on the air again to break.
Yeah, you got fire in the wire, what happened?
What's going on, man?
You back up to 10-8, no doubt.
10-4, yeah, that's certainly true. I had fire in the wire. I just had it, I had it in the wrong end. I had it, it wasn't in the coax. Anyway, yeah, back to being 10-8. Everything's on the top shelf, and I think I threw a few too many 10-kilowatt carriers. And the wiring is okay for peaks, and it's really kind of undersized. I got about, I know I hate to admit this, I got about 8 feet of undersized wire, and between the main cable and the breaker, because I didn't have enough to make the trip, you know, lengthwise. So I put a little bit smaller gauge in there, and it's okay for the most part, but not when you go throwing 10-kilowatt carriers and modulating forward. So I just keep the carrier turned down here, and it's all okay.
Well, I'm glad you took care of it, so we didn't run up the coax, or run up the wire and burn everything else up.
Exactly, yeah. Now, I got it all squared away, so that's all good. You still working that SB220 over there?
Yeah, I'm in 10-8 on weekend, that's for sure. That's slowly but surely getting this station together. You know how it is. First 2 months and now I'm not taking care of business on this end. But I'll get there. I'm just going to do that.
It's all about just having a good time. And glad to hear you're definitely having a good time out there. And you're still working the pair of 500Zs, right? You still got that SB220 in line?
Yeah, but I'm not running it. I'm not running it at all right now. This is barefoot radio.
Holy cow! You're about a little over half an S unit right now. Wow, well, that's pretty cool. If you had it in there, you'd probably go up to about 3 S units or so.
Well, I'll do something, but no, I'm running out best of it. Yes, sir. If I'm making a 6 or 7 money, I'm best of it. That's a good sign, kid.
Oh yeah, you're doing a good job. Here, let me play that back for you real fast. Check this out. I had a Watergate rolling. And I can, if I can get my computer, I got a lot of audio on here. But check this out.
Well, I'll do something, but no, I'm running out best of it. If I'm making a 6 or 7 money, I'm best of it. That's a good sign. Pretty good.
Oh, yeah, you're doing a good job. There's other stuff up in there, too, with you. But, yeah, you're making the trip to Santa Maria, no problem, no pain, no strain, barefooted. That's pretty doggone respectable there, Break.
Yeah, that's respectable. I just wanted to see if I could do it. I heard you out there. I was trying to 2020 up here. See if he was up this morning, but he wasn't. So I heard you coming through it, so I turned my antenna towards you.
Now, you're flat side, right? You're horizontal?
There's kinds of audio coming out of your station, man. Someday I'll get some audio like that. But you can't tell. I just do what I do with this little studio. Okay.
Jane Ford. Now, you're horizontally polarized, right?
No, just flat side.
Yeah, horizontal, flat side.
I got no vertical.
Right, you're horizontal. Okay. Hey, I tell you what, let me untie my antenna, and I'll point my antenna up around your place. Right now, I'm pointed down almost into Florida, the Break.
Yeah, okay. All right. Let's see what you got. Come on.
All right, it'll take me a couple seconds. I gotta go up and untie the two. I gotta untie the two stationary wire cables to keep it from moving, and then I'll look up your way. So give me about I don't know, a minute and a half or so. I'll be right back.
You didn't fix that yet? I thought you fixed that already. I thought you fixed that thing from turning around and all that.
Oh no! It works. I mean, I can take the wires off and it works. But the problem is, if I'm not here and the wind is blowing, there's no point in putting all that strain on the chain. You know, the chain is it's a motorcycle chain, and if the wind goes back and forth a little bit, it's going to stretch the chain. So I just I got it tied down so that when I'm not using it, the brake and the rotor and the chain don't have to do all the work. There's 96 feet of antenna up there. That's a lot of leverage.
I want to go out there because my rotor, I got to fix the needle which way I'm turning, but when I turn towards you, I just figured out that my needle, you came way up. I got 9 S units on this Yakimo right now. I hate to see when you turn my way out of the way.
Holy cow, 9 S units. Okay, well, let me go turn it. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Check mine, see if I'm sorted that way.
I'm going to pay you by the month on that double looking in. Now you're going to be working by the deal. I'm going to pay you by the month. Yeah, I gotta try to turn more your way. See if that's even better right there. Motormouth Mall, Punch, and Margarita looking.
Okay, well, I guess that's my exercise for the day.
Well, you came up. You're almost doing 10 now. Well, I kind of turned my way to you a little more.
10-4. I'm looking pretty much north. Yeah, the pattern on this antenna is kind of weird because I stretched it out for maximum gain, but it created a couple little other odds and ends. It killed the back door, so when I was pointed south, there's probably still a lot going up toward you. But now I'm pointed at you, so that's, here, give you a little bit more right there. How about that? I won't do that. Anyway, yeah, it's pointed at you right there.
No, it's sounding good there. So you can talk off, you were talking out of the back door of your antenna to me?
Yeah, 10-4. When you stretch a few elements out real far, like 8 elements out, 96 feet, you sacrifice front to back door ratio. It starts putting out quite a bit out the back. And you also sacrifice bandwidth, so this antenna only works good on channel 6. If I go a couple channels in either direction, I get a pretty high SWR. I get about 40 or 50 watts coming back really fast. If I get back on channel 6, everything is dead flat. But the back door is real open. And since I'm over here on the West Coast, obviously, I don't care too much about it. But I do care about the bandwidth. And so I've got plans. I've already got the numbers figured out. I got plans to go ahead and pull the antenna down, add 4 more elements, stretch it out 6 more feet. That won't do a whole lot for the gain, but it's going to really do a lot for the bandwidth. It'll be flat all the way from 26.815 to 28.4 something. Yeah, I think 415 or something like that. And so yeah, right now it's pretty much a single channel antenna. When I'm done, it'll have about the same gain, maybe just a hair bit more, but not enough to worry about. But it'll be real usable across the entire band.
Yeah, I think that would be better. It doesn't matter, I don't care about the game, but got your audio, you're not going to lose your audio. You got some tremendous, I have something to play back to you, but I'm sure you hear your own playback. You probably got it set up like that, but God, your audio's like 10 times more. That's some audio you're putting out, that's for sure.
10-4. Yeah, the secret to that is a little thing called a modulator, a little $131 board. And then Live Professor. I use all the plugins, for free. Equalizers, compressors, limiters, noise gates, de-essers, a reverb. All that's running on the PC. And process the audio that way, and then dump that audio into the modulator. And the modulator takes full control over the driver and final. And it works on any CB radio. It works with some ham radios too, but I don't know how, a person's got to be a tech to figure out where and how they want to do it. But on the CB radio, it's easy. It's just you cut the final and driver feed, the power to the final and driver, or the collectors to the final and driver, and you tie them to my modulator, and that's it. The modulator takes full control of the radio. So it works pretty good. It definitely gives you some full, rich, big, bold audio, and control of the positive peaks. I can turn the positive peaks all the way down like that, and it probably sounds a little bit quieter, a little bit more normal. And then I can raise the positive peaks up like this right here, and I never changed the negative peaks. Just the positive peaks are great.
Yeah, I remember we were talking when I get my tram back, because you said it would work on that modulator, that thing you built for audio on the tram. That's what we were talking about a long time ago. I haven't got my tram back yet.
But you said it wouldn't work great on a Yaesu 410?
No, it won't work. It won't work on any tube radio. It won't work on the tram either. It won't work on the Yaesu. It only works on standard CB radios with 12-volt final and drivers, solid state. Doesn't work on the DACs. And it won't work on an HR2510 too well. The HR2510s use linear amplification from low level all the way up. But most every CB radio in the world, Cracos, Realistics, Navajos, Cobras, high gains, everybody uses high-level modulation. So it won't work on the tram either, the break.
Well, when I get my Cobra 2 Series, they have my radios right now, my Cobra 2000 and my tram. So, shit, maybe when I get my Cobra 2000 back, maybe we'll have to talk. No doubt. And I remember a long time ago we were talking about that. I just couldn't remember what radios, but shit. My Galaxy and my Cobra 2000, that'll work, okay?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Galaxy's a great candidate. I would leave the Cobra 2000 alone. I leave it stock. But I would use that Galaxy. And it's really, really easy. I mean, literally, the modification, here's how hard the modification is. You open up the Galaxy, and there's a card that spans 3 fingers. You lift the card up, you move it over, you push it down, and you solder a wire to the card. That's the modification. Pretty difficult, huh?
Wow. Yeah, this is a Galaxy Saturn. Actually, I've had that for years. But the Galaxy Saturn base station, that'll work, right?
Absolutely.
We'll have to check. That radio I've had for a long. Actually, it was my wife. Both of those radios a long time ago was my wife's, the Galaxy and the Cobra 2000. So, she don't get on the air no more, but she kind of wants to keep those, kind of where it all started, 410.
Oh, yeah. Well, we put a switch on the back of the Galaxy. And when you flip the switch one way, it's stock. And you would flip the switch the other way, it takes audio from your audio processing gear. And that way it's all original, except for the one switch on the back. And so that can be pretty easy to do there, Brayden.
Yeah. So we'll have to get together when he gets back. It's some of my gears over there at Squeaker's Tech. He's taking care of some stuff on that tram. I had some issues with that tram. So, yeah, when he gets back, sure, we'll have to talk, okay?
Sounds good to me. Absolutely. That'd be cool, man. Love to hear you on some big audio. And the computers are simple. I use a little computer. It's called the Liva. Liva. There's no fans. They don't make any noise. They run Windows 10. They come with Windows 10. And you can buy your own. I mean, if I do it for you, it's whatever it costs and a little bit of my time. But you can do it yourself. You can get one on eBay. That's where I get them. They're about $100. They come with Windows 10 already. You download Live Professor. That's like $80. And then you get some plugins. They're free. And then you just get an audio interface. I use the Behringer. It's called a Euphoria. They're like $29. And so you get a Behringer Euphoria. You plug your microphone, and I use a regular microphone from Wish.com. They're $30 microphones. They work extremely well. They beat the pants off my Electric Voice RE20, and for this application. And then that microphone, $30 microphone, feeds a $29 interface, $100 computer, and then the audio output feeds the modulator board. It's $131 to the board. And you can get the 3 potentiometers and the little power supply and wire it together yourself, or I sell the completed wired unit for $375. But you got the ability to do the soldering. I know you could do it. It's really, really easy. And then you just run the cable over to the radio, and once you lift that card up and move it over, you just put a switch on the back, and the switch either restores the card's original connection or it disconnects it. And when it disconnects it, it refeeds the card with a different source, being the audio from the modulator. And that's it. I mean, it's real simple. And then the session files and all that, your equalization, your compression, your limiting. I can give you a starting file, but you can play with it to your heart's content. And till you decide that you got what you want, you know, you can turn the audio up a little bit more if you need a little bit more and get what you want. I got my headphones up too high here. But, there's another radio turned on here. Oh, the Cobra. I had a Cobra radio turned on over here. Anyway, a little bit of feedback. Don't want that. Anyway, yeah, the sky is the limit there, Brady.
Yeah. Heck yeah. But yeah, I'll have to do that. I'll have to do it. Yeah, I got some, right now I'm upgrading my ocean boat since it's winter time, so I'm upgrading it with a bunch of electronics on there. I really went to fishing out there in the ocean, so I bought me a new boat last year, a 24-footer, and some modern cabin cruiser, and so I'm upgrading all the electronics on it, so like, they're kind of dumping a little bit of money into it, but as soon as I get my stuff back, we'll be talking.
Oh, yeah. Yep, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know if you know anyone who needs a boat. I got a boat here I got to get rid of. I got a really nice 1983 23-foot Eliminator. It's got a 235 horse outboard on it. Does 65 miles an hour, a little day cruiser. You know, it's just a bunch of people. It's good for skiing, good for fishing. It's a 23-footer. And on a competition trailer, 2-axle trailer. And it needs to find a new home, because right now, my heart's not in it anymore. My heart's not in the boat, and no interest, and it's taking up space to bring. And so I needed a home for it.
So it's a day cruiser. Flat bottom, or what?
What's that? It's a day cruiser, yeah. It's got an outboard V6, 235 horsepower, a water-cooled thing on there, you know, a real nice 2-stroke. And it's beautiful.
Yeah, I'll have to ask around. I got a lot of buddies out there. Boats. I got 3 boats. When I bought this new boat, I haven't got an 18-foot hip that I didn't get rid of yet. And then I also got a lake boat, seat 12, with the EPCO, with 5-point settings in it, you know, Chevy motors. But that's my lake boat, so we have fun with that. Water skiing, wakeboarding, tubing, sit back in the Narrows and margarita. But I don't take the big boats out there to the Narrows or nothing. That stays in the ocean. But yeah, I'll kick you in line on that. What you asking for that?
Oh, I don't know, like $7,500 for the whole thing. Somebody come over here and hook up to it and drive it away.
Well, I'll have to ask around. I still got your phone number. You still got the same number. I know it's in my drawer somewhere. But I'll have to look into that. You know, summertime's coming around, and usually people buy boats in the wintertime and then they get ready for summertime. So, many people will be looking.
Well, I'll be having it here available right here. So if you know anyone who wants it, that'd be awesome. Yeah, it was fun once upon a time. I mean, I enjoyed it way back when, but those days for me are over. Oh, I do need a tractor. I need a 4-wheel drive, like a 4100 series or so Kubota tractor or something to the equivalent with some attachments. And, you know, if I had to give some cash plus a boat for a tractor, I'd be willing to do that also. So even if somebody just wanted to give up a nice tractor, you know, and take a few grand cash or something like that, I'd be willing to subsidize the deal and get a tractor.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of people up here, and you know how Margarita is. So everybody has tractors, except for me. when I need a tractor, I just ask my neighbor across the street. But I know people out here that have them, so depending on how new and how old and, you know, stuff like that. But I'll keep you in mind on that.
Yeah, 10-4, appreciate that. That'd be cool. Yeah, you never know what somebody might have, and you never know what somebody might want. And so yeah, maybe we can find a deal somewhere in there in the mix. But you never know. Anyway, that's just good to file back in the back of your head there somewhere. Man, I can't believe it. You're smoking up in here. You're up to like a full S unit now. Your signal actually came up. Oh, that's right. I turned my antenna around.
Yeah, and I turned mine a little more that way too. Yeah, I'm only, what is it, 20 watts on this tune up 35? I just turned my carrier up. That's all I did. My mic ain't still the same. I just turned the carrier up on this Yakimo and turned my antenna that way, but all barefooting. 410.
So you're at 35 watts. I'm keying about $3,000 and peaking 25K or so. Let me go turn off the amp. I'll go down to the driver. My driver is 125 watts a carrier, so let me go down to the driver real fast.
Yeah, I feel like I said, you're going to show some big numbers up there. Yeah, that's why I'm only doing about 1, 2 S units or 3 S units up there. All back and not bad.
This is just a driver. That's a driver there at about 120 watts carrier. And what's that doing your meter there, Brady?
7, swinging almost 8, and you didn't lose no audio. Go figure.
Well, let me drop it down some more. Let me go down to my pre-driver. Hold on.
Damn, how many drivers do you got in there? I'm telling you, you didn't lose no audio. You're just using DBs, that's it.
Okay, now I'm keying 10 watts. I take that back. Hello. Yeah, about 12 watts. Keying 12 watts. And see how that does the break.
Yeah, you just dropped down. It's almost like 4 or 5 right there. But, shit, your audio didn't change.
4 or 5? Okay, let me go all the way down to barefoot. This is going to be, I'm going to come back at you with 1/4 watt. Let's see what happens. Hold on.
I hear some skip coming in too, there, Motor Mouth Mo.
Okay, now there's no way you can hear me. I'm keying up 1/4 watt, swinging 3 watts. 1/4 watt dead key, swinging 3 watts peak there, break.
Now, that's too low. Hey, Motor Mouth Mo, that's too low. You need to come up a little bit. Hey, Motor Mouth Mo, you need to come up a little bit.
You mean that's too low to go 55 miles, 50 miles, up over the hill, 50 miles away on a 1/4 watt? That's not enough? Okay, let me come up a little bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try an intermediate. I'm going to go from the radio to the second driver and bypass the first driver and see if you can hear me. Hold on.
Yeah, put your first driver in line, man, because you dropped way down. Now I can barely hear you now. And it could be that skip rolling in too, I don't know.
Okay, well, now here I'm trying now on the radio, the barefoot radio, driving into the second driver. So it's it's 1/4 watt feeding into the 3CX800, and I don't think I've seen anything coming out of it at all. Not to speak of. Can you hear me on that?
Oh, I heard you just fine. Yeah, before I couldn't barely hear you. I couldn't quite make out what you were saying, but there was skips coming in with you. But now it's totally out. You're all up in here again.
Oh, 10-4. Now I'm going to turn the driver, the pre-driver back on. Hold on. Okay, that's a pre-driver back up in there now. So now we got the pre-driver and the main driver, and now I'll be back up about 7 S units.
Oh yeah, and audio is tremendous. It didn't change, man. It's all you're all up in here. I wouldn't be surprised all those guys are putting up and hearing you if they got their radios on. No doubt, 'cause I heard a little bit of skip. I don't know where it's coming from down that way, but I heard a little bit. But you just done drowned it out.
10-4, yeah, I hear some Mexico in the back of my, in the back of the beam there. I can hear some Mexico rolling up in there a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, I just my RF gain's up about 6 on this Yakimo, and you're up for 9, and you're modulating to 10. In the red on this end, right there where you're running.
Wow, turn your RF gain down to where you have me at about a 3. I'm going to put my dead carrier at 3 S units. Let me know if you got it at 3. How about that?
Hey, no, try that.
All right, try to get me down to about 3 S units.
That's 3. 3 S units and swinging to 6. Keying up. You got almost 2 S units keying up.
Okay, now I'm going to go turn the big box on.
Okay.
Okay, there's the big box right there.
God damn. From 3 all the way in the red, almost 10. Not even modulating, and when you do, man, you're pushing almost to the 20 on this Yakimo.
Not bad for a 55-mile trip up and over the hill, the break.
Yeah, that's the 3CX? That's the big box?
Yep, that's the 3CX 20,000.
Like that. Nobody hears you out there. Holy crap. Man, I don't know how I would react with a gun or something like that. I'm still stuck at those 3,500.
Yeah, it's big, that's for sure. It's not really necessary, but it's fun. Yeah, go ahead there, Witch Doctor.
I know it's not necessary, but if you have it and you got it, you might as well use it. Shoot. I'd be using it. It's 3,000. It's all those starters with. I'll be happy with that.
A 3,000 would be a really good driver for this tube. This is still underdriven. I'm tickling this thing. This is, it takes 1,750 watts to drive this thing the right way. I can't get that out of a single 800.
No, but I know you got connections if you wanted to jump that way. That's just not your priority right now, but I know you have connections where if you wanted to jump up with a better driver, you can do it in the heartbeat.
Oh, yeah. My next step is going to be to go with one of the 50-volt, a pair of 50-volt LD MOS, and then go radio directly into the pair of 50-volt LD MOS. That'll peak 3,000 watts. I won't need anywhere near that. And then dump that directly into the big tube.
Yeah. Yeah. How about shit? You talk all over on what you got, so it doesn't... you know what I mean? You have no problems. Sometimes you got problems out there with people, you know, out there, but I would say 85%, you talk when you want to talk, you do what you want to do, you have no problems.
Oh, yeah. Now, I heard somebody call me. Was that Witch Doctor? Hey there, Witch Doctor. I'm talking to Hawaiian Punch. Hey, Witch Doctor, I can hear you up here real good. What's going on there, Witch Doctor? Motor mouth mall waving and talking to Hawaiian Punch up there in the Atascadero, the break. Or, what do you call it? Santa Margarita. Right, Drake. Got a little bit of Mexico rolling up in there a little bit. It's kind of rough and tough. You got anything you can put in the wire there, Witch Doctor? Hey, Witch Doctor, I think you see you're waving a hand to Hawaiian Punch there, and I didn't get all of that because I got some bleed over from channel 7, I think. I think it's either 7 or 5. I think it's 7. They're bleeding over from south of the border a little bit there. But, man, good to hear you up in there, Witch Doctor. That was a trip and a half. I didn't expect that.
Tell his best friend Rango's waving at him. I'm not going to turn around, but hey, what am I now? Tell him I'm waving right back. Morning time wave.
Good for it. Hey, Witch Doctor, Hawaiian Punch says he's waving right back at you, big old morning time wave. He's not going to spin the antenna around, and I could probably spin mine a little bit farther to the west there, look more toward Fresno, but I'm too lazy. I just had my exercise for the morning to break. I think you unkeyed. Okay, sounds good there, Witch Doctor. I didn't hear you say you're going to get out of the way. I wish you would be more in the way. I wish you could, well, I suppose I should go turn my antenna. Maybe I'm putting so many numbers on Hawaiian Punch that I think I can go ahead and spin my antenna a little bit more your way. So hold on a second. I'll be right back.
Turn my antenna this way and see if I can hear.
Okay. Yeah, let's see what that does. Hey, Witch Doctor. Does it make any difference over there, Greg?
All right, probably I'm talking about a move about a 5 up by one.
Roger, I'm going from a 3 to a 5. I'm not quite all the way over there yet because I have, I got an obstacle in the way out there. I got a, depending on what I tie off to, I've only got 2 stakes in the ground and the wind is blowing just a little bit. And, anyway, if I go any farther east, I got to go too far east. So anyway, I'm looking kind of sort of toward you.
Well, you can hear me when I'm close enough, but I'm just running this little plastic Galaxy BF2517. I just have to have it on, so I figured I'd give it up.
Sure. Well, here, let me play that thing back here real fast for you. Let me get to the end of the gate here. Yeah, here you go.
Well, you can hear me when I'm close enough, but I'm just running this little plastic Galaxy BF2517. I just have to have it on, so I figured I'd give it up.
There you go. Yeah. Normally you're on the Hammerland, right? You normally have that Hammerland in line to bring.
I got a Yaesu 101 EX I like, so you know, we want to warm them up. I just walked in the regular room, flipped on this radio emission on, because, you know, it's plastic. You just turn it on a little. The other ones have got to warm up.
Right, you're on the plastic. Turnkey, ready to go. Push the button and talk. No warm-up time. Yeah, I like that kind of scenario. No warm-up is nice to bring.
Yeah, I'm going to take about 5 minutes to warm up, slow down, and push this and all that stuff, you know.
Oh, yeah. I think Hawaiian Punch is turning his antenna around your way. I don't know if he can hear you or not. And I don't know if he can hear me anymore or not. But I think Hawaiian Punch said he was turning his antenna around your neck of the woods to break.
All right, yeah, man. I'll see if I could hear him out there. I could hear him a little bit when you two were talking back and forth about the boat and everything, but, you know, just barely, just audio. I'm trying to see a little mud duck. Can you just up there and pointing up this way?
If he's heated up, I can't hear him. Hey, Hawaiian Punch, you got that thing pointed east? I'm hearing skip at about 1/8 of an estimate.
Well, I hear a little bit off my backside. I think it's southwest right about there to get you guys.
Yeah, I think there's something coming out. It might be out of Florida or Georgia or somewhere down that neck of the woods, but it's nowhere near strong enough to even begin to talk to.
Yeah, I can learn this audio a little bit out there, but I can't really get good enough for that much skip up.
It's been scarce lately, I'll tell you. I just got a little bit of hit and miss every now and again, like 17 minutes yesterday, an hour the day before that, and maybe an hour before that at some point. But, man, I'll tell you, I miss the skip on a regular basis.
Well, me too. Yeah, I like talking to you. I like talking to North too, but we don't get any North, so we just like a split. It's just like a wall, you know. It kind of goes up Northern California and down Southern California. The guys in the middle are kind of, you know, we can sneak in there a little bit, but that's about it. But it's coming soon, I hope.
Oh, yeah. I noticed that, you know. I heard the guys up in north talking down to, you know, down south there. Man, I'll tell you, I couldn't get in there. I had everything maxed out, and I was squeaking in there every now and again, but 7-Eleven had to hammer down, going down to, who was he talking to? Was it 809? He was talking to somebody down south, and I couldn't get in there for nothing. They're very...
Yeah, somewhere over here, well, folks and the guys okay, you guys got time. I can usually hear you in that stuff just about every time. But I'm like you, I can squeak in there. I talked to John Deere a little bit yesterday or the day before, and that was not it. I couldn't squeak in anymore.
Yeah, I got some John Deere up in there. That was pretty cool to hear John Deere, and then it went down to like Georgia and Florida. Godfather and Reverend Dr. 455 in Georgia over there, and then down to Florida, and a little bit of John Deere again, and then that was it. It kind of disappeared quick.
Well, yep, that's the same way it was over here. Oh, that playback sounded pretty good on your whole plastic radio. Everybody tells me the AC and the Hammerlin they like, you know, and the plastic radio. They tell me it's okay, but, you know, that was just a stock galaxy, so what are you going to do?
Yeah, that's not too bad at all. What kind of microphone do you have on it?
It's a 9-amp D104 stand, and it's got a real weird microphone on top. It's aesthetic microphone. It's called an 811. It's kind of like a studio mic made to sit on top of your D104.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of guys like those for sideband. A lot of guys like that combination for sideband there.
Yeah, I run it on all my radios. It's real good with the Hammerlin. It's got a plug in the back. You can pick it out and switch it, you know, high Z, low Z.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, but the Hammerlin loves that high impedance input and non-amplified. But the Hammerlin thrives on that.
Well, he's my favorite radio. He's a weird one, but he's pretty compact. You know, it only puts out about 3 watts, but I run a little Pachamar 28950, you know, come out into a D6 220.
Is that what you're running right now?
Yes, sir. That would I be running right about there, just Galaxy instead of Hammerlin.
Sure. Shabby. I like it. Yeah. So if you run the Hammerlin, you don't need the 8950s.
Well, I just the AC same well. I just run it. Actually, what it is an old Black Cat JB 2000. Speaker over here did it for me.
Oh yeah, JB 2000s are pretty good. We got a guy here in town that's got one, but the tube sockets, you know, I guess commonly with those 500Zs, you know, those doggone tube sockets, the pins heat up and then they drop the solder out of them. And I think the socket connections, the fingers are kind of loose. And so it keeps getting warm and then it melts the solder out of the pins.
Oh, I tell you what I did on this one is I turned the fan around and put a bigger fan in it, and it sucks out instead of blows in. Keeps the tubes a lot cooler. It don't ever get time out.
Oh, that's a smart idea.
I heard you sneak up in those hollow white. Oh, wow. You up hung up again. You might be a part of a modulator, but I can hear what you're saying. You just audio, no signal. Motor mouth 5 dB.
I can't hear him at all over here now.
I'm doing real good over here. Motor mouth said he can't hear you at all, but I hear you. Well, I'm kind of north, I guess I'd be northeast from you. I'm not really well, so I'll give you a maybe move a little bit more, but you're making it quick. Well, I was just sitting here drinking coffee, kind of looking around. I was thinking about talking to somebody about boats and tractors. I figured it must be you. You said 50 miles up over the road. So I figured it was either you or Mudlove. I was talking to me. Well, I can hear Mountline every now and then. I can usually hear Motor Mouth's back splatter, so it's just a condition. So you're making the trip. You ever get that antenna up in the air yet? top hollow. I forget, like one of my, I got a little bit of Mexican skip coming in there. It sounds like, but I heard you say no, he didn't give it up yet. So what the heck you doing down there?
By the way, Witch Doctor, I turned my Delta tune on my receiver up all the way to the right, and your audio cleared up and came in even better. Check this out real fast here. I got a gate this way.
Well, I got hollow. I forget, like one of my, I got a little bit of Mexican skip coming in there. It sounds like, but I heard you say no, he didn't give it up yet. So what the heck you doing down there?
Anyway, there you go. Oh, stop, Unky.
Well, I got more time to do something to a plastic radio. I guess I'll leave the world is. Yeah, I'm going to run the mic in out there. I was there, I only got the mic in at about a 3. So sometimes I get a little happy and turn it up too much. They'll tell me I'm just muffled. It's kind of pushy.
You got plenty of them in there. It sounds good. You know, you're probably about, not quite 1S unit, but good audio. So I think you got plenty in there.
That's what I tell everybody. You can't hear us when it's the people hear audio.
That's exactly right. I could hear Switchblade Wolflake in there a little bit earlier. About, I don't know, a minute ago, I could hear Switchblade Wolflake peak up in there just about, an eighth of an S unit, and then back down again. So it's still not anywhere near in our favor, but that's where they're coming from. They're coming from down southeast, right?
All right, well, I'll talk to Switchblade around. I call him Uncle Switchblade, and he calls me Moon about one of the big barrels.
It's always fun to hear him roll up in here.
Well, he was trying to go out to us. That's what we was about. We're going to right out to the club.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm going to roll back out of the way. My coffee cup comes through. I'm going to come back out here a little bit. I'm going to go fill up my coffee cup and then I'll come back and maybe we'll get some new skip. You never know.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, keep your fingers crossed. Maybe we'll get a little bit up in there. And I'm still working on my first cup of coffee here. I got some more coffee up here if I need more, but I'm still working on it. But there's never a doubt as to whether I need more. But I got some work to do also. So I got a bunch of equipment I got to put up on a bunch of shelves. So I might have to get to work over here. But I'll be listening. If the skip rolls, then I'll pop up back in there again.
All right, good. Oh, I've been telling them nothing down there. We cover on both of you been having, but I'm not being a snobber. My wife's got cancer, so we've been fighting about 40 others for the last 2 years. So you know, you let everybody know that's why I don't make it too many breaks anymore.
Absolutely, will do, and so sorry to hear about the cancer thing, but I'm pretty sure that today's modern technology and modern medicine and all that, I'm sure she'll pull through real good, and but certainly that's understandable. I can understand you spending time with her and not attending the breaks. I haven't been going to too many breaks either. I got so many things going on, so many irons in the fire that. God, I just haven't had time for breaks. I'd like to, but things are hectic right now. I got various different things going all at once, and eventually that'll slow down. But yeah, my prayers are with your wife there, and hope she does real well and pulls through that doggone cancer thing.
Yeah, thank you very much. Anytime 05, you hear me out there, I'll get back out here a little bit, and we'll talk to you on landline or up there in the room. Well, you guys enjoy your Sunday. I'll be back out here in about 10 minutes. I'll get my book.
All right, that sounds good. Catch you in a bit.